Hey guys, it's me, Christian from Casually Christian. You know, it's Wednesday night, and if you've been watching my channel, you know, Wednesday night we have it reserved for our, midweek update. And today, let's start off with the, work update. Uh, Today I had to go into the office because one of the ladies at work, she's on maternity leave, and so because of that, like I'll be going into the office twice a month, which is not too bad. Like I was thankful. Like I think everybody's still on vacation. The drive to work and coming back home was really, really suspiciously light. It was like it was beautiful. I wish the drive to Irvine was always that smooth. But going back to the office, it's just like seeing regular faces and we're chit chatting, because people haven't seen me in a couple months, and it just touching base, and I mean everything's basically the same over there. But like where I coming back from this long Fourth of July weekend, I, as with everybody, it was like the Fourth of July was on a Monday, and I was setting up. I was hosting like a little get together with some friends from work, and my brother and my nephew were coming over, and I was on my cell phone, and then I saw like that there was a shooting like in Chicago. Like there was a mass shooting, like for a Fourth of July weekend, and it's totally on brand for like what's going on in our country. Like you just can't people can't enjoy just going out. You always have to look at over your shoulder to see if some fucking crazy guy is gonna starts acting suspicious, and it just like your anxiety goes up, and I mean it's just just so fucked up. You know what I mean? I mean the Fourth of July was already clouded because of the Roe versus Wade overturning, and with this this massacre added on Monday, it just even darkened the holiday for me. Which if you guys know me, like one of my favorite holidays is Christmas and the Fourth of July. It's just something about like barbecues and hanging out with family and friends, and just seeing the sky light up with fireworks and just having some drinks. Like it just makes me feel like a kid again. Going back and remembering the summers from the past. And it's just like this year just felt kind of like it just felt off because of what happened over there. And for you guys who don't know, like it was just because the kid was like only like 22, and it's so fucked up that I'm not gonna give this guy the I'm not gonna name him. I'm just gonna call him the suspect because I don't want to give him like any like clout or anything like that. But this kid, like he already had like a record of like like he police already like were investigating this kid because he made threats that he was going to do a mass shooting, and he had like he tried to attempt for suicide, and when he was trying to purchase a firearm, like he needed a sponsor, and this was like after the fact that all went down, and his father sponsored him to get like a firearm, and that was the firearm that like he used for this massacre that happened on Monday. And it's like, dude, like at what point, like you have all these like all these signs, and like and nobody does anything, like especially like the dad. I'm like the dad knew that this kid had like already like mental problems, and he signed it okay that he could purchase a gun. It's fucking stupid. And like I don't know what you guys feel about like the Second Amendment. I mean, I'm pro like second, like I own a firearm, and like I'm mentally sound. I'm like uh, I'm there. I don't have like any history of violence or domestic abuse. I never tried to hurt myself or somebody else, and I think it's just like I think people like should be like at least 21 to purchase any kind of firearm, which is kind of like why is it more harder to rent a vehicle than to purchase a gun? You have to be 25 to rent a car, but you could be 18 to to buy a gun that kills that could kill people. And I don't know, like just simple changes like that should be implemented. And also like I mean me and my friend Tommy, we're both like he has several guns too, and we're both like you would think he's a conservative, but like we talk about we spoken about this topic, and he's like, well, what can we do? um and I told Tommy, it's like, well, how come like this should be like when you buy a gun, they should like pay a little extra so you could go to a class so you could learn how to use the gun. Because right now as it stands, you just buy the gun, and the guy just says good luck, dude. Like after like because in California you have to wait a couple days, you have to do like a background check and everything. But if you're clear, they just give you the fucking firearm without any instructions. It's like, here you go. You know what I mean? I hope you don't fucking blow your balls off. But yeah, like me and Tommy were saying, it's like, well, there should be like we would pay a little extra just so we could go to this firearm class to learn how to use a gun properly, safely, and instead of just here you go. And this they say the same thing when you go shooting at a range. Like I never had experience, but like we wanted to shoot a shotgun, and like they gave us a shotgun and some bullets, and that was it. Like here you go, like you figure it out. Yeah, you have to wait 10 days to get a firearm, which is I mean it's fine. I mean I don't mind waiting. I think anybody who's mentally there that shouldn't be a problem. Just wait 10 days. It's not a big deal. But yeah, there's just like things like that. I mean, it would help out right now with with these mass shootings. And what's crazy, like I don't know if you heard these stories that was coming out of what happened on Monday. But there was a father from Mexico who was visiting his family, and he ended up dying. He ended up protecting his family, and he ended up dying. And I was thinking about, I was like, isn't it weird that here, like in America, we're worried about going to Mexico because of cartels, and this guy from Mexico comes to America for the Fourth of July, and then he gets killed in the massacre. Oh my! Don't you think that's fucking like the rest of the world is looking at us in the same light America looks at Mexico because of the cartels? It's like you're gonna go to America, so you could be shot up. It's just like the it's just the world is fucking getting nuts. And I don't know, it's just people there has to be there has to be more rules and safety, like when you purchase a gun. I mean, if some guy has like a history of mental illness, like domestic violence, self-harm, that guy should not purchase a firearm at all. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I know a lot of people are passionate about the Second Amendment. I mean, again, I own a firearm. I think anybody who's mentally sound and they're not intimidated by owning a firearm, you should get one. Like it's there to protect yourself. You know what I mean? Like your home. But I hope to God I never have to use it. But it's there when if I do, if there's a situation where I do have to use it, and that's a situation I never want to be a part of, but it's there. It's like that saying, it's like I rather have it and not need it, and then need it and not have it. But yeah, let's see what Deb says for the background checks to be processed. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just people just feel like because of the Second Amendment, you could own whatever firearm that it's available through like flamethrowers, like grenades, rocket launchers. Like, no, dude. I'm like, all that stuff is meant to kill people. Like, why do you need like this? This massive artillery for you instead of like trying to cause harm. But like of course, like the people from the right who are like gun nuts, it's like, well, you can't stop somebody who's on PCP with like a 45 because he's not going to feel it. But you know what? You just pop a couple of bullets like in the knee, and then like he drops down. You don't have to fucking massacre the guy. You have to like it's just like I don't know. It's very like there has to be like a real serious conversation about like gun laws right now, because just the thoughts and prayers is not getting anywhere. It's getting fucking worse. And you guys know like it's getting worse. Like it's there. And there was another story that I heard that there was this kid who was 2 years old, and they photographed this 2 year old just wandering around, and he had blood on him, and that was the blood of his parents. And the kid was made an orphan that day. And I don't know if you guys heard this. It's like they set up a GoFundMe account for this kid, and the limit was they were wanted to reach $500,000, but in 4 hours they reached $1.4 million for the kid. So he has that money to basically build his life. I mean, the kid's only two, and this is totally like a Batman situation. Like this kid was Bruce Wayne. He lost his parents at a fucking at a parade, and it's just like it seems like all these Gotham minions are just fucking just spreading throughout our country, and it's all like, I don't know, I don't want to go back to Trump, but it just seems ever since like that guy became president, it just kind of emboldened like the nuts, they're just like it made it okay. It's like, well, like the minorities are suppressing me, it's about white pride. Let's go back to the America from 1955. It's just like, it's just wrong. I mean, it's the year 2022. It's the fucking future. Get over it. Minorities are here to stay. The culture war, it's heating up too. And I mean, this is a good transition to my next segment. About like 2 weeks ago, like a week ago, like Jordan Peterson. Oh, let me read the comment that Deb said. I agree, there should be a additional fee for classes on gun safety before you are allowed to take the firearm. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, I would, again, like, just to reiterate, if I were to buy a gun, like, I would like to take a class how to use it, and how to clean it, how to, protect myself and, my loved ones, um, because like the test that they give you when you purchase a gun, it's really fucking easy. It's just so fucking easy. Like, if you can't pass this stupid test, you shouldn't own a fucking firearm. But yeah, my next segment, I'm going to talk about, there's this tweet. I don't know if you guys know who Jordan Peterson is. He's this. Let me just give you a little background on who this person is. He's been making like a lot of waves lately. He's a Canadian clinical psychologist, and he's very like outspoken, and his views about like what it is to be a man and what it is to be a woman, and like he's very stubborn about like, I'm never gonna call a trans person like a woman or a female, like a male. Let me give you like some of the stuff just kind of like, it sounds like what he, okay, let me read it, because I know I'm losing you guys right now, but this is what he said about something about, okay. Peterson believes that order is masculine and chaos is feminine, and that these are inherent to human existence. To Peterson, culture is symbolically, architecturally, mythically male, while chaos, the unknown, is symbolically associated with feminine. Which, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? To me, that just sounds like he doesn't understand women. So he just kind of wrote this gibberish down, and it's like, men have order, like, because I have a penis, so I know what's going on. And I have no idea what women want, so they're chaos. It's just so fucking stupid. And like, this guy Peterson, he tweeted this thing, and he was banned on Twitter because he wrote about, let me read you the tweet. And also, he dead names Elliot Page. The tweet that he did that sparked the recent controversy that he did. This is in regards. He starts off in regards to Pride Month, and it says, "Remember when Pride was a sin?" And then he said, "And Ellen Page just had her breast removed by a criminal physician," in which he was just like, like, we live in a country with free speech. That's totally fine. But the thing is, like, remember when pride was a sin? Like, well, dude, you're a scientist. Remember in the 1500s, you were burned at the stake. Like, so, like, yeah. So what? I mean, like, 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 it's just frustrating to see him so like, sure with himself, arrogant. It just seems like he's not humble at all. Like, there's only one side of the coin for him. It's like, I just don't like, I respect people's point of view, and if you don't like my lifestyle, hey man, that's on you, dude. Like, I don't really give a fuck. And but this guy, he has a large following, and he just signed a lucrative contract with the Daily Wire Plus, which is the Ben Shapiro content. Like, they're doing like this whole streaming service like Netflix. They're creating content, and Ben Shapiro signed Jordan Peterson to create like a series, of lectures on his platform. And right now, as it stands, the Daily Mail Plus has a little over 800,000 subscribers, and they're more than likely to get 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. So they're serious. Like, like, their platform is a serious contender now with with Hulu, Netflix, and all the rest. Yeah, like, what did Christina say? Like, yep, he's an ass hat. Like, yeah, like, it's like the kid, like the guy sounds like Kermit the Frog, and he's all lecturing me about like how to live my life, and it's like some of the stuff is like, okay, I get it, that's like basic like knowledge, but some of the other stuff, like, he's so like, again, like, he's so assured with himself, like, so like arrogant in his views, and like it just like he just doesn't see how other people live. And he said like since Twitter said that they'll only allow him to rejoin Twitter if he deletes his tweet, and Peterson says like I will rather die than delete my tweet, which again that's his right. Like he feels like he's being censored, which he totally is. But what do I feel with Twitter? What's it called suspending him? Well, Twitter it's a private company. They could do whatever the fuck they want until like Elon Musk, comes there. If he does purchase Twitter, he's gonna do whatever he wants. As like he'll give anybody who has harsh words for my community a platform to spew out this bigotry. But that's part of America. Like that's part of the free speech. And what do we do about it? You just fucking ignore these dorks. You just ignore it and you live your life. But at a certain point, these dorks they're influencing the political culture. I mean, like with Roe versus Wade, and like it's very likely that with the court right now they might overturn my right to marry another man, or like like even like I ever heard that like, they're talking about like states are like making it illegal for like what's called biracial marriages. It's just like it's fucking crazy, man. It's really fucking nuts. And I mean, like I never protested anything in my life. I never went like, to like a protest in LA or anywhere. Like I'm not, I don't fucking like crowds. But you know what I do? You know how I exercise my right to voice my voice is by voting. And I think voting is a very important thing for everyone to do. Because if you don't vote, then you like then you saw what happened. With the Supreme Court. So it's very important. That's the number one way of protest is by voting. If it's just the bottom line. But the crazy thing is that like they're as in like the propaganda from both sides. They're just like it's very volatile. You know what I mean? Like because I'm a centrist, I'm an independent. I see both parties are fucking, they're garbage. We need a new fucking party, like a centrist party. And I think that we should have some kind of national convention, something like where people come together for the people, by the people. You know what I mean? I know it sounds very like like cheesy, but it's true, man. Like right now this country is being run by the strings, behind the stage, the puppet masters. And the puppets are, the presidents and the senators and the governors. They're all like in the pockets of somebody else. But there should be some kind of conference, some kind of convention where we create a new party, and we start implementing like different political like mayors or governors, senators, congressmen, a part of this new party, and eventually to the White House. But that's my that's my fucking fantasy. Who knows if that's ever gonna happen? Because it kind of seems like a David and Goliath type of story, where like like Goliath being like the guys who had the fucking money to do like harm, and for us, our time, the plebs, we don't even have the time to organize because we're just busy. We're just wrapped up with our lives. And it just fucking sucks. It just fucking sucks, and I don't know if you guys feel that frustration because I'm getting it's just frustrating, and this I don't have this article, but I just remember that yesterday I heard that it seems like very possible that Gavin Newsom's going to run for president for 2024, which I think is going to be a fucking disaster. Because like the only people who like Gavin Newsom is California. Nobody likes like the rest of the country. They don't fucking like Gavin Newsom. They see our state the way it's fucking going down the shitter. It's like that guy is going to make that California the rest of the country. And I think they should get somebody else because that guy looks like a fucking sleazeball, Gavin Newsom. And I think they're talking about governors, DeSantis. He's the governor of Florida. They're thinking about that he might be the running mate for the Republican Party, or they're even talking about Donald Trump and DeSantis party. I don't know, but like it's getting like pretty fucking scary, dude. Because Joe Biden's popularity is going down. It's very very low, and like every time he talks, he always like. I know you guys seen those fucking clips where like, he just talks gibberish, more than me. But yeah, it's just like this guy's a fucking president. Like he can't even like like you could totally like see him spacing out, you know. Let's see what Christina says. This country thrives on teams, whether it's sports or politics. No one can look at both sides. They only pick one. It's gross. And you are absolutely right. Like this really comes down to tribalism, you know. Is it's my team, your team. It really comes. It's very like what's that word I'm looking for? Primal. You know what I mean? Primal, and the fact that like we used to live like we used to have our tribes. You know what I mean? The good like the tribe that they were scared of the other tribe, coming down and taking the resources. And it goes back to like the ancient times. Like cavemen. I know it sounds dumb, but like it's true, man. Like it really comes down to the psychology or like our subconscious of like choosing sides and being part of that tribe. And you can see with sports and politics and anything else. People just can't enjoy things. They have to pick sides, which is really fucking stupid, right? Like, are you Marvel? Are you DC? Oh my dude, I just like a good story, whether it be it's mostly Marvel, but whether it be like Marvel or DC, they like even nerds have sides. It's just ridiculous, and that's why another thing that why I like the Fourth of July, why I love the Fourth of July, is just like that symbolism that where this is a country like this is my land, this is your land, like that song, like it just I feel very patriotic that like despite our diversity, our diversity, our differences, our different creeds, we all come together. We're all American, we all want to be free. We all want our family to thrive, and we're a very self-destructive country, and we want to do well, but for some reason we keep on messing up, and either it's either like our fault or the politician faults, or maybe like it's both. Something needs to change, and I think we need to have a serious talk as a country, as in like bringing like doing like a national convention to figure some things out, because like the way things are going right now with inflation, gas, and the war, it's yeah, it's messed up. But you know what, let's there's something else that I'm gonna talk about. Have you guys ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones? Well, today they blew it up. They blew up the Georgia Guidestones. And if you guys don't know the Georgia Guidestones, they're like America's like what's called the Guidestones. Nobody knows who funded these stones, but today somebody blew them up. And if you guys don't know the significance of these stones, it's like in like 7 different languages, it says that society, the world should keep the population below 500 million, and that we should have one language, one world language. And it goes on and goes. It goes on with like eugenics. And today, nobody knows who did it, but somebody blew up the Georgia Guidestones because the conspiracy theorists. And yeah, if you guys YouTube it, it's pretty trippy. I mean, I am a little skeptical about this. You're like, who would put up something like this in display with like all these languages about like guiding us towards like a low population? And it's very, it seems what's that word, uh m- I can't think about it. It's just very creepy that that's set up, and that's set up in Georgia, that to keep this population down. But yeah, I did not suspect that today, that the guy Georgia Guidestone is going to be going to be blown up. But it did, because this is the future. But you know what? Let's go on some. Let's go on the stuff that I've been watching this week. I watched the Terminal List. It starts Chris Pratt, and it's about this. It's about this Navy. Let me give you the synopsis. This guy that well this Navy soldier, he's unraveling this conspiracy, like his platoon, like it was like they were ambushed, and he starts unraveling this conspiracy theory that he was set up, and there whatever is in the background messing up with his life, they're trying to kill him because he knows something that they're trying to cover up. And in the show, you don't really know if he's crazy, or if he's really telling the truth, if somebody is trying to follow him. But it's a I'm barely in episode 3. And it's very cool. Like it's provocative, and it's engaging. Like you definitely want to know what's going on. I'm already vested into the show. I need to know how it ends, if it's really in his head, or if there is a shadow government trying to kill him. I don't know. I'll see if how it pans out. But it's an entertaining, thrilling show, and I think you guys will if you like this type of material, I think you guys will love it. And yeah, it's streaming right now. I think on Amazon Plus. Yeah, Amazon. Another show that I've been watching. This is a comedy show. I've been watching Hacks. Hacks on HBO Max. I like this show because it's about this old school comedy writer, like an old school comedian who has this show in Las Vegas. She's a female comedian, so she hires this female writer to write new jokes for her. And of course, they're like they have conflict. They as in like she has these old school jokes and she's like new school, and like like it's just like the main character, the comedian, she lives a life of opulence, and the writer, she of course she's like a struggling writer, and they clash, but like they're bonding. As I'm watching the episodes, they're bonding. It's a comedy show, and I think you'll like it. It's funny. It's sometimes it's like a dry humor, but I enjoy it. I think the season 2 is just out, and we're just barely in season 1. But if you like that type of quirky, witty shows, you'll enjoy Hacks. It's now streaming on HBO Max. Yeah, and another thing that I've been watching that's on HBO Max is the return of Westworld for season 4, which is fucking great, man. Like, because they're totally making up. Because I didn't like season 3. I thought season 3 was pretty weak. But this season, like we're gonna be on episode 3. It's fucking good. I love it. Like, because I don't want to give too much. I don't want to give up too much away. But I from those 2 episodes that I've been watching, like it's gearing up to be a really, really, really good season, and I cannot wait for the conclusion. The only thing I'm going to give away is that the villain is back. William, the guy with the hat, Ed Harris. He's back, and he comes back with a vengeance. uh, yeah, if you guys love sci-fi, uh, and if you guys been watching Westworld, I think you'll enjoy season 4 way better than season 3. Of course, the better seasons are season 1 and season 2, but season 4, it's gearing up to be a fucking fantastic season. But yeah, man, oh yeah, before I wrap it up, I want to let you guys know that we're having a whole new show this Saturday. We're having a whole new podcast. I'm interviewing a comic creator, a filmmaker, and a writer. His name is Scott Marcarno, and he is one of the writers of the Biodome movie with Pauly Shore. The 1999 movie with Stephen Baldwin. Yeah, he wrote the script along with another writer. I'm gonna interview him, talk about his journey into like the entertainment industry, uh, and also like I'm gonna ask him some tips about being a writer, and also he did like a lecture at the LA library about like LGBTQ comic book creators and characters, and I'm gonna ask him a little bit more about that because I know it's sad. Me being a gay man, I don't know too much about that. And I'm just gonna pick his brain on Saturday. It's gonna be a great conversation, and if you love, hearing about, people's journey into like the entertainment industry, this is gonna be a great show for you. So yeah, please join me this Saturday, July 9th. We'll be live at 11 a.m. And also, if you guys haven't already, please follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Our platform's growing. It's going good. Where this is our 3rd year doing Casually Christian, and it's going pretty good, man. But yes, if anything else, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Be careful. It's almost the weekend. It's just 2 more days, and then we'll have Saturday and Sunday just so we can do nothing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my update. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.